Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sports Breakdown once again. So today we are going to review the Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe series, the ODI series. We brought alongside Zora from the Cricket Analyst. Thank you so much once again for coming back. Oh, there's
Thank,
echo on my side. Sorry. Yeah. But yes, thank you so much for coming, Zora.
thank you, Pawan, and it's always good to be on the sports breakdown. Good to be talking cricket with you. I'm absolutely impressed, and I respect your hard work that you've been doing with your channel, and even recently with some of the watch-alongs and live commentary and all that. Especially for the under-19 cricket, that was amazing stuff. And I'm extremely inspired by your hard work and the way you have worked on your channel. I learn a lot from you actually, and so very happy to talk cricket with you. So always looking forward to this. It's 3 a.m. in Canada. I'll try to stay up and I'll try to do my best with all the tough questions you have planned out for me. But hopefully I can
No, I'll
share some
keep it short
insights.
as possible though. I'll keep it short as possible so that
No, that's
you
fine,
don't
and
get sleepy. Yeah.
I hope I can share insights which make sense and which a lot
Yeah,
of
no.
people can understand and agree to.
Yeah, sure. So let's first go with the third ODI. Obviously, we didn't analyze much on this game yet before we go on the series review. So Sri Lanka did manage to beat Zimbabwe by 187 runs. I never expected Zimbabwe to get all out for 70. But talking about the first innings, Zora, 254, do you think on this pitch, like, was there some sort of change? I mean, from the first 10 second, I saw that this was not like a 350 pitch, like a flat track that we saw in the first two ODIs. When I saw this was sort of like a 280 290 when the spinners got so much assistance from this pitch. So your thoughts on that? Yeah.
So to be honest, this was a little bit different from the first two wickets, but still, I still feel Sri Lanka were still 25 to 30 runs short. They still should have been close to that 300 mark, but unfortunately, they lost like key wickets in the middle order, especially with like Kamindu Mendis and Dinesh Chandimal. These are two big question marks in the middle order, and I think
Mm,
them getting out, it put people like Chait Asalanka, Shanaka in a lot of pressure for when they have
yeah.
to come. And again,
Yeah.
these players are not players who can just come in and start scoring fluently. You also want to give them some time on these wickets. And I feel like in the middle we lost some wickets, which is why we couldn't get to that figure. I honestly I didn't see any demons on the pitch. I think the pitch was still very decent wicket to bat first
Yeah.
on, and they should have got. This is Zimbabwe. Even on a tough wicket, you should be able to get to 275 at least against Zimbabwe. So 250
Yes.
is like I'm not very happy with the batting, to be honest.
Yeah. And talking about the opening partnership, I mean, Kusan Mendis was very slow. And I mean, Pathum Nisanka also had a slow start. Both of them had a slow start. Like, I mean, they had 80 runs like in 17 overs. They couldn't capitalize when they had like the opening partnership match when they went after the power play. So, your thoughts? I mean, especially on Kusan Mendis, then another question over here. He's been too slow in his all three ODIs and he gets dismissed also after getting a start also. So and when Avishka comes back, I don't know where Kusal Mendes is going to bat, either number three or number four. No thoughts on that on Kusal Mendes. I really don't know. His wicket keeping is good, but I don't know whether he'll have a chance to be in the side in the future tours.
Yeah, I strongly feel that this is the end of Kushal Mendis. If then Sri Lanka cricket is I don't know, they're confused, and there's this personal bias towards Kushal Mendis now because I'm tired of hearing 5,000 plus runs early on, and even Sangha and Mahela didn't have this many runs, and all these excuses. I've heard enough of it, and I've seen enough of Kushal Mendis in England, in Australia. Like, he's not working out. If he's not
Even
going to
now,
score runs,
praising
sorry, Pawan.
I mean, even Mahela Jayawardene, I saw in an interview. I think he also praised Kusan Mendes a lot. Like he has talent. He's 26. He got this much amount of runs. He has a good average. He should be in this team for like 2 or 3 more years. We should back him. So the even when former cricketers are praising Kusan Mendes, I really don't know. He's not even
But
consistent.
the
We saw
problem is the problem is you have to understand from a coach's point of view and a former cricketer's point of view. He
yeah,
is. It's hard to not back Kushal Mendis because of his talent and the amount of runs he has scored in the domestic setup. Just look at the LPL he had recently.
yeah.
You
He
cannot.
scored.
But the moment you put him in international cricket, and the
Yeah,
moment you ask him to do a job, especially sometimes he's at number four, sometimes number three. sometimes opening. So he's been through pretty much everything. But the problem is, Pavan, that you have to look at your bench strength. If you look at the others, Avishka, Gunathilaka, DDS is an opener. Then Charit is batting in a position where he's usually doesn't bat in the domestic setup. So looking at all of that, I feel like it's time that we look past Kushal Mendis. And yes, he's keeping and stuff, but we have KJP who will come back when he's fully fit. I'm pretty sure he will come back, even though I'm a little concerned about that. Then
Let's see.
Chandimal can keep as well. And I feel like they gave Kushal Mendis the gloves to see if he can at least be a backup wicketkeeper in this side. So he might be, as a backup wicketkeeper, he might get a spot in the team or in the squad. But in the playing 11, it's going to be extremely, extremely hard for someone like Kushal Mendis to feature permanently or regularly.
Mm. Yeah. And talking about this number four spot also now, I really don't know now coming to Mendes. I don't know where he's going to bat now once DDS, Avishka Fernando, Bhanuka Rajapaksa, and all these players come back. I really don't know where coming to Mendes. I know he's a good bowler, but when it comes to his batting, he's not scoring much runs. We saw in the first ODIs. I would like him bowling in both with both arms. We know that he's a ambidextrous bowler, and I know he can bowl well with the right arm, but I feel like he's not consistent with both arms. Maybe SLC should make him. I mean, the coaching staff should make him bowl only with one arm. So your thoughts on coming to Mendes as well, because
See,
there's
I love Kamindo Mendes. Okay, the talent that Kamindo Mendes has is unbelievable. Batting wise and bowling wise as well. As much as people say that I have this discussion with Coach Arun as well that
yeah,
sometimes he doesn't he's bowling with the right and left, but he's not great with either. He's just there. But sometimes, Pavan, you need a bowler in the middle overs who can adapt to the situation, get overs through. Okay, if
yeah,
it's a left-hand batter, you can get Kamindu to come and just take 2 overs from the right from your right hand. And if
yeah,
a right hand is there, you can get Kamindu come and ball 2 or 3 overs in the middle with your left arm. And we have to develop Kamindu Mendes. Okay, we have to understand that. But and especially looking at the 2023 World Cup, it's probably in India, I think.
yeah,
So looking at the conditions there, he might be handy. But the
mm,
problem is, we have to give some chances to the other spinners that we have because Ramesh Mendes came in, took he showed what he can do. Then we have to
yeah,
give Praveen Jai Vikram and all those other guys a chance as well. So if Kamindo is playing for me, he's playing for me as a bowling all rounder, not a batting all rounder. Because I have much better batters than Kamindo Mendes in the side. But
yeah,
I need someone like a Kamindo Mendes who can bowl off and left arm spin in
yeah,
certain situations in the middle overs to get you through some overs against some batters. So looking at that, I feel like he should be in the squad, but I
yeah,
don't know if he can make the playing 11. But this was a good
yeah.
opportunity for him, but unfortunately he couldn't click with the bat and neither with the ball. So it was a series that I felt like he didn't make full use of.
Yeah, true. And also on Chamika Karunaratne, we need to speak about him because he's not being amongst the runs as well. I know he's been thought as a finisher as well, but since I mean he played one crucial knock for Dambula Giants in the LPL, he scored a 75 if I'm not mistaken. But in this ODI against Zimbabwe, he couldn't capitalize much, and he's very very slow, going under 100 the strike rate. Couldn't, especially in the second ODI, he that run out was very unfortunate from Chamika Karunaratne on that end, and that's why Sri Lanka lost. Otherwise, he could have brought the team home. So Chamika's performance in this series has been very disappointing. Your thoughts on Chamika as well? I mean,
Yes, you can say it's disappointing. We haven't seen, you know, the performance that we expect from Chamika. But if you look at there are much better batters than Chamika, right? If they are not performing, can you expect Chamika to do the job? Like for me, Chamika is someone who should be a last resort to bail you out of things or come and give you a quick 20. But to give you a quick 20 also, you need to
yeah,
put Chamika in a situation where he can do that. He's coming in situations. Even yesterday, you take Chamika's 30 and Ramesh Mendes' 26 out. Okay,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
they're not even getting 200 if these two get out, right? So they're in
mm,
situations where they have to play a role they're not used to. And if we've seen in the LPL final, when
yeah,
Chamika is given like a role where he has no choice but to go after the bowling, right? When there's few overs left and like the score is two, there's nothing to lose kind of scenario. Then he
yeah,
can go freely. Over here, the series was online. So there's pressure on Chamika. So
yes,
looking
true.
at all that, I think that this 30 was a decent one. Yes, he got run out in a crucial situation, and he's also still new, man. Like
Yeah, yeah,
he's not
true.
even completed 1 year in international
Mm,
cricket. So we
yeah,
have to give these guys some time. The talent is there, the attitude is there with Charmika. He gives you a
Yeah,
good balance.
that's I
I'm
agree.
concerned about his bowling a little bit actually.
Yeah,
His
yes, I
bowling is
also
a
agree.
little iffy. I don't know if we can trust him in the future in Australia, because in
Yeah.
Australia, even Dasan Chanak and Chamika, the two all rounders we have, I'm
Mm,
I'm very very scared for them. I like they are the best we have, and the best I feel like is not good enough compared to the other teams that we have, or the other
mm,
teams in the international arena. If I look
yeah,
at Nick Marsh, I look at Stoinis, Hassan Ali is also an all rounder in my opinion. So I feel like it's like they are still not at that level.
yeah,
They're doing it from the bat. We saw Dasan Chanaka's 100. Charmikas is also doing things with the bat. Sometimes with the ball, he'll come and ball a few cutters. Both of these Charmik and Dasan Chanaka cutter bowlers. But I don't know if they can replicate this in Australia, and especially in India, they might be able to do it. But it's not going to be an easy World Cup. They're going through qualifiers again and all of that, and it's going to be. Let's see. We have to give them some time. By the next 6 months, we'll know what future Charmika and Dasun Charmika is, because we need them to be what an all-rounder is someone who can do the job with the ball and with the bat. They're doing the job with the bat somehow. They're not being able to do it with the ball, which is my concern.
yeah. So valid points over there from Zora. Yeah. So we have to talk about Zimbabwe bowling as well. About the, I mean, Zimbabwe have done a pretty good job. I would, I mean, even though I mean in the first two they restricted Sri Lanka under 300, but this I mean this ODI, I mean the fast bowlers, especially Chatara, even Nagrava and Blessing have been really good. The fast bowlers of Zimbabwe have been pretty tight with their lines. From the second ODI, I felt in that chase, that second innings, these three were bowling really well, especially Nagrava and Chatara. And I mean, the spinners also are giving, I mean, supporting as well. I mean, Wellington Masakatsa and Ryan Burl. Your thoughts on the Zimbabwe fast bowlers, especially in this series? And I mean, Zimbabwe do deserve to get more series also in the upcoming against the top three teams, at least the big three coming up with how they're performing.
Yeah, no, absolutely, you're right. I was impressed with Zimbabwe cricket. I feel like there's some sort of an improvement coming after the dip that they had in
Yeah,
international cricket. They Not a lot of people know Zimbabwe once reached the semi-finals of a World Cup, so that's how good they were with the
yeah,
Taylors and Flower Brothers and all that. But
mm,
unfortunately, the management is not there, money is not there, infrastructure is not there, interest in cricket has been dying in Zimbabwe, so they have more off the field issues that they have to worry about.
yeah,
And whatever talent we see over here, they have talent. Wesley Medavire, I don't know why he was not playing this game. Blessing
yeah,
Muzarkani, very very impressive. Like pretty
mm,
much was he has a crucial part to play for Multan Sultan's victory last year in the PSL. Like you
yes,
mentioned, Richard Nagawa also very very impressive. They're good. And they just if they get more match practice, they will get better, especially Muzarbani.
yeah,
And the spinners, I feel they're okay, but they're not world class yet.
yeah. I agree.
And it was
I
very
agree.
surprising to see Sikandar Raza not even ball in the second ODI.
Mm,
So looking at that, a little concerning. But the experience from Irvine, Sean Williams, especially without Taylor, the way they played, and more than their bowling, I was impressed with their batting actually the entire series.
yeah,
Unfortunately, in the last innings, they got out 70 all out. But if you look at it
yeah,
throughout the series, they
yeah. Very
batted
true.
brilliantly.
Yeah. But what I mean, the chase also, Zimbabwe's chase, very surprising over here. I didn't expect them to
Yeah.
get all out for 70 with how they played in the first two ODIs. And we need to credit the spinners, especially, I mean, Sri Lanka spinners, Vanderson and I mean, Chamira's two quick wickets in the power play actually broke the Zimbabwean momentum, in my opinion. Thoughts on those two quick wickets that Chamira got, and that eventually got made Zimbabwe to lose their way in this chase.
Yeah, I think Chamira was brilliant, to be honest, with the new ball. The bowlers in the second ODI, I also feel like when you see, can you hear me, Pavan?
Yeah, yeah, you were lagging a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
now I hear you. Yeah,
Okay, so I was saying in the second ODI, if you see, Chamira failed to pick up wickets with the new ball, and we struggled, right?
yeah,
And we're dependent on Dushman Chamira a lot. And he
yes,
gave you two quick wickets over here, okay, and then after that, it set the
definitely.
tone right. But it's your day. when
Mm.
Mahesh Theekshana is also picking up wickets, then you know that there's nothing that can go wrong with you, because after a long time I saw Theekshana pick up a wicket.
Yes.
But I think the backbone of someone who impressed me the most in this entire series was Jeffrey Vanderson.
Yeah. He
I
doing very
absolutely loved him. Every time opening partnerships were over 50, he was brought in at a tough situation to get a wicket for the team. And Vanderson did that brilliantly. Always broke through, picked up 4 wickets again here. And the other thing
good.
is with Jeff Vanderson is picking up wickets on the leg break, not the googly, which
Yeah.
is amazing. Okay, and
Yes.
not a lot of leg spinners have that. So that is one thing that I noticed and I really enjoyed. And he's got his drift in, dip in, and he's looking like a different bowler. And the conditions helped him, but we can't judge him against Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
But
that's
this
the
is
thing.
a
That's what I
performance.
really want to.
This is a
Yeah.
performance we need to see Sri Lanka's bowling unit deliver consistently against Zimbabwe. Not one off. This should have
Yeah.
been the case in all three ODIs. If in my opinion, I don't
Yes.
know what changed, because the pitch,
Yes.
I can say maybe it was holding up or it was spinning a little bit, was tough in the second
And
innings.
maybe
But
because Sri Lanka won the toss also and bowled, it was the first time they were bowling second as well. So that could have also made a huge effect also.
yeah,
Maybe.
agreed, agreed. And like this is the difference between good international sides and weak international sides. The amount of experience they have chasing targets, right? Especially
Yes.
on these tracks. So this is where
Yes.
you can see where Zimbabwe cricket is and what they have to do to improve. But overall, like I was very very impressed. And there's at least we know if Hasaranga is injured, we have a decent backup.
Yeah. But once Hasaranga comes back, do you think that there will be two leg spinners in this side? I mean, Vanderson
Yeah.
especially, I don't know in the Australia series coming up whether he'll remain, especially Teakshan and Hasaranga being a good pair. Do you feel that when Vanderson has a place in this side when Hasaranga comes back? Because that's, I mean, that's
See,
tough.
the problem is, Pawan, I like variety in my bowling lineup.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not saying it's not possible. If you have two quality leg spinners, why not? Maybe a possibility depending on the wicket. I
Yeah.
prefer not to.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to have variety, and two leg spinners can be a big risk, especially if you have if some left-handers are there in the middle order, then leg
Mm.
spinners become neutralized. Especially Vander's googly is not that great, but
Yes.
Hasaranga's googly is brilliant, right? So it
Yeah.
depends on the team, the combination, how many right-handers they have in the middle order, and all of that. But I am not a fan of playing two left-handers. I mean two leg spinners, and I feel like
Yeah.
Hasaranga is your first choice. And in my
Yes.
opinion, if Hasaranga is here, I don't think Bangladesh, Zimbabwe would have even scored 150 this series. To be honest.
Very true, yes. Shankar here says, will Akila Dhananjay make a comeback? Does his change in bowling action affect his bowling? I'm not a huge fan of Akila
Yeah,
Dhananjay whatsoever after those six sixes, and he didn't do well in the LPL also much. I would rather prefer a Sikuge Prasanna or even a
yeah.
Vanderse over Akila
Yeah, actually,
without with
that's
bowling.
true. I think ever
Yeah,
since his action has been reported and changed and played around with, he's not been that effective. And I
yeah,
feel like if if we have decent backup, we have spinners in Theekshana now. Praveen Jayavikram is there. Sander can also sort of in the last series prove that he can get some wickets and stuff like that. But overall, I feel like we have decent backups, and we need to look past Akila Dhananjay now for sure.
yeah. With how the under 19
Yeah.
bowlers also perform in the spinners, I don't
Yeah,
think Akila will
they're
have a
brilliant.
chance
Trevin
right now. Yeah,
Matthew, Dinit Velagama, we have very, very good spinners, and
yeah.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Ayan here says Zimbabwe's unlucky team that they didn't qualify into qualifiers for World Cup last year. They need sponsors as they don't have money even for shoes, but they have courage to win a match in a series. I think Zimbabwe had a ban, if I'm not mistaken, for 1 year with the financial problems. That's why we didn't see them in the 2020 qualifiers or in the World Cup last year.
Yeah, there's a lot of corruption in the management, and they failed to report to ICC how they use their funding and all that stuff. Like a lot of
Yeah.
auditing issues, and all that went down, and that is why we didn't see them take part in the T20 World Cup as well. So it's sad.
Yeah.
But like they need to get their things right. Thing is, sponsors will come, money will come when there's some sort of a performance, and want some sort of talent that you showcase, right? So now you have a Blessing Muzarbani which people want to watch. Okay, you
Mm,
have Kaitano who's attacking at the opening now, which is very good to see.
very true. Mm,
Right, then you have your Irvines and Williams scoring 100 now in the middle. So it's coming there, and I'm extremely impressed with Emmanuel Baba from the under 19 team from Zimbabwe.
mm, true.
And I forgot there were two other names. The two Brenton brothers.
Okay.
the two brothers in the Zimbabwe under 19 team, they're also very, very good. So
Yeah.
Zimbabwe's under 19 cricket team has some very good batters that I can see them come through this side as well. So
Mm.
I'm overall,
Yeah.
I think they have a very, very good future, but they need to.
Yes.
They have to perform, and then they have to bring the right people in the management to help them
True.
help them go forward.
True. True. Mayan here says, I am thinking Upul Taranga has much cricket left. The way he's playing in League is very nice. Complete 2020 batsman scoring hundreds, which he think he can. Taranga has much cricket left. I don't think so with the competition that we have with Pathum Nisanka right now. What a transformation has Pathum
Yeah, it's
Nisanka
fun.
been.
I
I think
think
right now we need to think about the future
yeah,
right now with Avishka and Pathum, with how those two are performing. I don't see a chance that Upul Taranga. I don't think he's retired also, so I don't feel like he has a way to come back. Anyway, he might be playing well in Legends, but that's Legends cricket overall. 45-year-old, 50-year-old. I mean, Shoaib Akhtar and all are past his prime. So yeah, that's the
yeah,
thing. Yeah. So
agreed,
yeah,
agreed.
yeah. So yeah. So let's go on to the questions. Yeah. So we spoke. Actually, we need to speak about Pathum Nisanka's transformation, because I was
Yeah.
surprised that he was actually man of the series. I mean, 146 runs, 48 average, 3 runs. So, your thoughts on Pathum Nisanka's transformation in all three formats? And do you think he's the obvious choice, I mean, as an opener, to open with Avishka? Speaking about
So So one thing about Pathum is I'm extremely impressed with Pathum Nisanka. Very technically sound. Credit goes to Mickey Arthur for backing him.
yeah,
Okay, Mickey Arthur is one guy who has a lot of issues, but he can back batters. He's not good with picking the right bowlers, but he's very good with picking the right batters. He picked Babar Azam, backed him in the test side till he failed, and he came back, and now he's a star. Then same thing is doing with Pathum Nisanka, right? I can see that Pathum Nisanka become that he's going to join Babar Azam in like the top six future. And I feel like he's very technically sound and he's got all sorts of shots. He can play 360. Okay, so which is why I really, really like Pathum Nisanka. And the other
yeah,
thing is, you mentioned whether she should have been man of the series. I don't think so. I think Vanderson was my man of the series, to be honest. I would have given it to him with whatever I saw. But he's right up there. He was brilliant. And it was not easy because a lot of people struggled to actually score runs, right? We almost played the 50 average, which is incredible. But if I have to compare him to the other openers from Zimbabwe, then he's not the best opener in the series. I was more impressed with Caetano and Chekbava and the aggressive starts they gave. Pathum gave them decent starts by holding one end. Do you
yeah,
understand? But
yeah,
Caetano and them were attacking pull shots and cut shots and all sorts of drives, right? So looking at that, I feel like for me, Pathum Nisanka is not an opener in ODI cricket. Because
yeah.
as an opener, you need someone who can utilize the power play. So I have a different role for Pathum Nisanka and a different team altogether for Sri Lanka. That the 11 that if I would create.
Yeah, we'll speak about the playing exercise for you later. I mean, at the end of the video. But talk about Dasun Shanaka. Shanaka, do you think his position is under scrutiny right now? I mean, he did score 100 in the second ODI, but with his captaincy and his tactics right along, because we have so much batters I mean, who can compete with Shanaka right now. He's not performing up to mark. We saw, but we know that he scored 100 still. But do you feel that he actually can captain for the long time? I mean, in the 1 year coming up, or do you feel like Charit Assalanka might be the next guy to captain this Sri Lankan team coming up?
See, here's the thing. Dasun Shanakar, the problem I have, Pavan, even though he scored 100, more than he's because I think he's the best captain we have right now, and I'm not a fan of changing captains all the time. Okay, we
Yeah,
should not change captains all the time. We've given this responsibility to Dasun Shanakar. Let's stick with him and see what he can do for the team. Okay. My only concern is his own form because if your captain is not leading from the front, then that's a big question mark. Okay, if you look at Babar Azam,
yeah,
Rizwan, okay, if they are captain or vice, can you hear me?
yeah.
Pavan, can you hear me?
Zora, I think you are lagging. Yeah, you were saying a point. Yeah, I couldn't. I don't think anyone heard.
Can
Yeah,
you hear me now?
yeah, yeah. I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I was saying, like with Babar Azam performing, Joe Root performing, okay, Pat Cummings performing. Every year, if you look at captains, They're all performing captains, right? Leading the team from the front. And I feel
Mm.
like Dasun Chanakya is sort of a shirky or shy away captain where he's promoting. Like at times, I feel like Hasaranga should be batting above Chanakya. And that is
Yeah,
a little concerning for me. So I've seen Chanakya. He has the talent to do something, okay,
yeah,
but he's not consistent enough. So yes, right now we have to back him as the captain, but in future if he doesn't perform, if he doesn't have an impact, I need more centuries from him. If not centuries, at least 50, a quick 50. He's playing the role of a power hitter. Okay,
yeah.
so if he's not able to deliver that, then Charit Asalanka is probably the next option that they will look at, and I can see Asalanka take over captaincy pretty soon.
Yeah. And by the way, we had to update on the South Africa versus India.
Yeah.
Finally, Sky is back in the playing 11. Four changes made for India. I think we have Surya Kumar Yadav, Deepak Chaha, Jayant Yadav been brought back, and Prasid Krishna. So four changes being made
Nice.
from Team India. Yeah, that's nice to see. Surya Kumar Yadav back, but batting at number six. That's I don't like that move. I hope that Shiraz Iyer will actually bat at six. But good to see Kumar Yadav back, Sky back after a long, long time in
Yeah.
this ODI side. Yeah. And Bhuvneshwar Kumar being replaced by Deepak Chaha, and Jasprit Bumrah is not being given a rest. I think they made a change with Prasid Krishna comes also into the team. Yeah. Finally, happy to see Sky back, Zora. I mean, you were wanting.
I
Sky
like
deserves
it.
it. He deserves to be included in this team. I don't understand why Sky is never included in the Indian ODI side, even for the first two ODIs.
Yeah, Sky is, in my opinion, the most talented batter in India. I have not seen anyone play the shots. Like you're making your debut and you hit Jofra Archer for six. That's Sky for
Yeah,
you. That's the talent Sky has. That's the dasher he is. So I
yeah,
am super impressed with Surya Kumar Yadav. There's no player like him in India right now. Yes, he will be inconsistent at times, but so are the other batters. But he can win your game single-handedly. That is something that only Sky can do. So I would love to see him, and I'm okay with the number six role there of him play as a finisher. If they can develop him in that role, no problem. And that's good they're playing Shreyas Iyer because I want him to be done and dusted in ODI cricket. Whether he's going to perform, I want him to. Finally, I want everyone to realize that okay, this guy cannot play at the international level because of all the issues and the amount of better players that India has over Shreyas Iyer, talent wise, right? And I like looking at the talent coming up. Shubman Gill, Venkatesh Iyer is also very good. Ishan Kishan is not getting a chance. So looking at all of these players, it's little hard for me to absorb that Shreyas Iyer is in the side. So good, give him a chance and then make a decision whether you should back him or not.
yeah. So India won the toss and chose to field first.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll update on the match regularly. So let's go back to Sri Lanka cricket right now, and let's move on to the senior players right now. So, do you think that Angelo Matthews or Kusal Janit Pereira can come back? I don't know about Angelo Matthews right now. What he's doing? He's with his charity work, 35. He has so much left in his cricket, but he's not focusing on that and focusing on other things. But KJP, I think he had an injury. Do you think? I mean, KJP even has a chance to come back? I know he as an opener he's good, but I don't know with the competition they have DDS is there as vice captain of this ODI team. They can't drop him also when he's back. Luckily he had some paternity leave, so we didn't see Dhananjay De Silva in this tour. Then we have Avishka unfortunately got COVID. Then Janit Lianage, no one's mentioning on Janit Lianage. He was in the squad also. He got COVID positive. He wasn't there. Kamil Mishara is there as well, another option that we
Mm.
speak of. Then fitness test players are fading off. Rahiru Kumar and Karana Perez. So many options right now, and Sri Lanka can't sort out with the playing 11. I mean the playing 11 that they have. So yeah, your thoughts on the senior players first of all. I mean Matthews and KJP, are they done or do they have a chance in this side for the upcoming series? I mean ODI in 2020. What are your thoughts?
For me, it's done. Like I don't see both of them come back. To be honest, I don't like. I think we have better openers, and it's hard to absorb that I'm saying that about Kushal Pereira. But whatever I saw of the World Cup, I wasn't very impressed of Kushal Pereira. DDS, he's in the squad, I guess, in the squad. But if he will be the vice captain, I think they will give it to Charit Asalanka very soon. Because
Hmm.
in my mind, whatever ideas I have for Sri Lanka cricket, If it's his DDS is not fitting in that role. Okay, I think I have maybe in one position maybe, but when we discuss our playing 11s, I can give that feedback better. But the thing is, I don't I think we will be taking a step backwards if they we bring them into the playing 11 right now, because I feel like we have better options.
Yeah, but Crick fan here says Charit Asalanka is not senior player so far. But I think he's only played 10 ODI matches, and I mean, he also came up in the circuit like 1 year ago, if I'm not mistaken, against England too, and he was not consistent in that. He performed well in the actually in the 2020 World Cup and in the series before that. So right now, do you feel like 6 more months or 1 year maybe for Charita Salanka to get that vice captain or captain right now?
Vice captain Pawan doesn't matter. You can make him the vice captain, groom him.
Mm.
Okay, he's anyways in SSC. He's the vice captain to Dasan Shanuk anyways at the domestic level. So he's it's not
Yes.
that's not a new job for him. He's used to leadership and he's very good actually in that role. But the problem
Yeah.
is, I like obviously we have to give him time. But right now, if you look in this playing 11, Pathum Nisanka is too young and not experienced
Yes.
with captaincy. Asalanka is the only one you can say who's consistent enough with the bat to give him vice captaincy. So that is why I feel like if there's any guaranteed player in this 11, I think Asalanka is the name in the batting lineup.
Mm. And also further talking about Chait Asanka, do you think that he can get that number three spot right now instead of the number five? Because we are underutilizing him. I suppose him batting at number five, just like 2020s. Do you think that Chait Asanka can bat at number three and maybe switch Banuka to number five, or do you think when Banuka comes back, he'll take the number three spot and Charit Asalanka will remain at that number five? Because the number three, number
Are
four,
you
number
are
five
you talking
all
about
get shuffled.
T20? Are you talking about T20
No,
or
on
ODI?
ODI, on ODI,
So
on
I have a
ODI. Do you
different
think?
role. I have a different idea for Charit Asalanka in ODI cricket. Again, I will explain it in my playing 11. And
Yeah.
for ODI cricket, I don't have Bhanuka Rajapaksa in the side, to be honest. I don't see
Okay.
him get a spot in the 11. Maybe in the squad, but in the
Yeah.
11, it's not in my plans. I don't have Bhanuka Rajapaksa.
True. Cricket the Tashan's also asking, hello Zora sir, what do you think about Avishkar's ODI future?
Amazing. One of the most or best openers we have actually in Sri Lanka.
True.
Very, very, very good, consistent, attacking, got all shots, and you just have to like I don't please you have to open with him. He's your opener in any format. See, this is why I don't like it when
The
Mickey,
time.
like it's annoying
Yeah.
because like I respect Mahela sir and all that, but for him to come in 1 week, change the entire lineup, and we couldn't like it was it doesn't make sense to me. So he did perform at the number four position, but it was against Oman, so you can't judge him there. And when we kind of
Yeah.
failed in that position, not consistent enough. And Banuka surprisingly took charge, and thanks to the drop catches he got, Sri Lanka's middle order got through. But yeah, I want Avishkar to open, and he's as an ODI future. I think it's very very bright, and
Mm.
he's probably he's a guaranteed spot there, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you know like why Mahela Jayawardene actually made Avishkar to bet at number four? Because it's a question for me. I mean checking on statistics and analytics. I also don't get, because I mean Avishkar performed so well in the LPL batting as an opener, but we clearly saw him struggling at number four, and I don't know why Sri Lanka immediately didn't switch Avishkar to open. That's the biggest thing. I don't know why Mahela all of a sudden thought of even making Avishkar to bat at
Actually,
number four in the first
actually,
place.
Pawan, the problem was Pathum was in form. Okay, they had to play him, and you had
Yeah.
someone like a KJP in the side who was your wicket
Yeah.
keeper, and he has to open. So then that
Yeah.
definitely they had to adjust Avishka somewhere there. But if KJP is not in form, then you can
Yes.
take that liberty of opening with Avishka. I think that's the thing, and they try to back it up with stats. And he's better if he faces 15 balls, he will get back more runs and all that. But I think overall, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Overall, I think bad decision, and Avishka should be your solid opener.
True. And the other dilemma of Sri Lanka cricket right now is the wicket keeping, because we have too much problems happening with the wicket keeper option. Also, Niroshan Dikwal was not in the squad also, but maybe he could be considered. We saw Kusal Mendis how good he was with the stumpings, but his batting isn't good. And talking about a batting wicket keeping option, who's the best option that we have right now? Even Dinesh Chandimal we saw in Test series as previously. He was, I mean, he was also not doing well with the wicket keeping. I mean, when he was given the gloves, he wasn't doing well also under the stumps. I mean, So right now, I feel like we have I think Roshan Dikwell and Kusal Mendis doing well right now. But I mean, as a batting wicket keeper who does well with the bat and the wicket keeper, who's the ideal choice for Sri Lanka when it comes to ODI and 2020 right now?
That's a very tough question, Pawan, to be honest, because we like I saw Kushal Mendes wicket keep right now, okay, and I don't know whether his spot in the team is going to be permanent or not. Vinod Bhanuka against South Africa didn't really impress too much, okay,
Yeah,
and it's hard to see Kushal Janipura's form as well, big concern, and fitness more than form is big concern for me. So the only two names that come to my mind is Dinoshan Dikwala and Chandimal. Like those are the
yeah,
only. And by the way, Pathum Nisanka can wicket keep as well. I don't know why they don't try him out. If you're trying Kushal Mendis out, why don't you just try Pathum Nisanka out as well? Like it's like at this point, anyone can wicket keep for Sri Lanka. But I feel like better option will be Dinesh Chandimal. Looking at his current form, looking at where we're going to play in Australia and then India. So I feel like Dinesh Chandimal is someone that can take on this duty.
yeah. Before going to the playing 11 that you wanted, before that, I want to speak about the fast bowlers as well a bit,
Yeah.
because I want to talk about Nuwan Pradeep actually, because I don't know why this guy is in the side right now playing 11, being 35 years right now. I feel like he's gone past the prime, and why didn't they give Nuwan Tushar a chance in this playing 11? When he's in the squad of side like Zimbabwe, why wouldn't you give a fast bowler who performs so well in the LPL a chance, at least one ODI, a chance for Nuwan Pradeep? I expected him to play in the third ODI, but why didn't they give a chance for a guy like Nuwan Tushar? Because I feel like Nuwan Pradeep is done in this side. I mean, right now with the way he's bowling, especially against Zimbabwe, also if he's bowling like that, I don't see him performing well against top teams as well.
Yeah, I to be honest, man, I cannot understand that we gave Chamika, the guy who bowled 1 over in the first ODI, pulled his hamstring and ran away. So we tried to bring in someone new for Chamira, it didn't work out, and then Pradeep was so bad we had to drop him for the final game. And I think the problem was, Pawan, that maybe in the plans was to win the first two ODIs, win the series, and then give chances in the third one. But the
Yeah,
problem was we lost the second one so badly that they couldn't take the risk of playing a new debutant or playing someone like a Tushar or giving him opportunities like that. So it was a little tough. They stuck, and looking at the wicket and everything, they brought in, at least they dropped Pradeep, which is good. And I think Pradeep's career is done. And
yeah,
we need to look past Pradeep and Lakmal. We have enough talent at the under 19 level. We
mm,
have enough talent. Once people get fit and come back, then we have good options. So
mm,
overall, looking at that, I feel like we need to invest and give chances, because if we don't give them chances against Zimbabwe, then I don't know why you waiting for Uganda, Kenya, Malaysia, Singapore. Who are you waiting for Nuwan
mm.
Tushara to play, right? So it's a little tough to absorb this.
I agree.
Um,
Maybe
and
they must be investing him in 2020 cricket. I think first they want to make him focus.
Then don't pick him
Maybe,
in the ODI side. My question: if you picked him in the ODI side, then give him a chance to see what he got. If he's going to debut in Australia, then that's also not fair on him. No, he's like,
yeah,
it's different conditions and it's hard
yes,
against a good team. See what
I
he got
agree.
against Zimbabwe, right? So
Mm,
I don't understand the thought process and stuff. But anyways,
yeah.
let's see
Yeah,
what they
let's
do,
move
what
on
the
to
plan.
the playing 11. Yeah, let's move on to your playing 11 for Sri Lanka right now, because this is the biggest dilemma going on. We can't choose a proper playing 11 also right now. Some players are not in the
I
squad.
think probably you should
Some,
mention that it's for ODI that we're looking at.
yeah, for India, yes. Okay, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So, Zora, you can go ahead with your ODI playing 11 for
Yeah, I think
Sri Lanka right now.
once the two players, I think the best two openers Sri Lanka has right now, Avishka Fernando and Danushka Gunatilaka.
Hmm.
Both of them have to open,
Yeah,
because T20 cricket or ODI cricket, you should have your same openers, because the thought process should be the same, to attack and get runs in the power play. And
yeah,
when it comes to attacking and getting runs in the power play, there's no one better than Avishka Fernando and Danushka Gunatilaka. Yes, they will be inconsistent, but they
yeah,
have the ability to do it. Okay, if
yes,
Pathum Nisanka, a lot of people will say, but he's so consistent in the opening slot. Why not there? But my problem is in the way international cricket is heading, especially if they're chasing. Looking at Sri Lanka's bowling, they will be chasing 320 a lot. And when you're
hmm,
chasing 320, you need a good start in the power play. And I don't see Pathum Nisanka as that player who can give you a dashing start in the power play. So I need two batters who can attack. and who has shots. And we've seen in the
Do
LPL
you
how good
feel like
Avishka and
Dikwella
Dhanuka.
is another option? Like, because I feel like
Who?
Dikwella and
Dikwella.
Gunatilaka, Roshan Dikwella, yeah, because both of those styles are like similar. I think Gunatilaka and Dikwella, but Dikwella has not been in.
I think Gunatilaka is far ahead. Sometimes far ahead of Avishka Fernando as well. He's the best opener Sri Lanka has actually. So I can't looking. But if we need a wicket keeper in that, then yes, you can talk about Dickwella. And Dickwella is someone who can adapt to some conditions as well. But
Yeah,
for me, I'm more comfortable with Avishka and Dhanushka Gunatilaka. I think they are the best in the
okay,
opening slot.
yeah,
And then if I have to move on for number three and number four, I have found my Sangha and Mahela. For me, my number three is Pathum Nisanka. I think that's a better suited role for him in ODI cricket where he can come in, okay, wicket has fallen, it's time to rebuild. Take it slow, single, double, rotate, bad ball, put it away. That's Pathum Nisanka for me. So
yeah,
Pathum Nisanka at number three. And I think he did that in LPL as well.
yeah,
And number four, I have Charit Asalanka, not number five. I want Charit Asalanka to come at number four, left-hander there. Okay, so now if you look, I have a right-hander, left-hander, right-hander, left-hander in one, two, three, four. Right. So now I'm comfortable. I have options. I can play any bowler. You can bring anyone at me. Okay, so I feel like Pathum and Charita automatic picks over there, which means Kushal Mendes, DDS have to miss out because
yeah,
Pathum and Charita are in tremendous form and you have to play them.
yeah,
And those are their roles. At number five, there could be an argument. Who will you play? But the problem is we need a wicket keeper as well, right? And on going on current form, I think I've gone with Dinesh Chandimal to be in as the number five, that experienced player, informed player who can finish the game, attack the game. So when these top four get out, and I see Chandimal having 20 overs left in the ODI setup, in the ODI game, so he can plan those 20 overs and finish the game for Sri Lanka. So that's my role for Chandimal at number five with taking on the gloves. Number six, I have Dasun Shanaka.
yeah,
And number six, Dasun Shanaka, again, he has to prove himself a little more. But since he's the captain right now, the only place I can fit him in right now is at number six. And he's my power hitter finisher. Then Vanindu Hasaranga at seven. Again, the best spinner Sri Lanka has, best spinner in the world right now, wrist spinner, and he can bat as well. So brilliant, again, your finisher. And then number eight, Chamika Karunaratne, bowling option. He's scoring runs with the bat as well. So my top eight is sorted. And number nine, I have Dushmanta Chamira. He
yeah,
can bat as well, by the way. He won us a game with the bat
yeah,
as well. So Dushmanta Chamira, automatic pick, fast bowler, opening bowler, and you have your someone who can bat at number nine.
yeah,
And then at number 10, I'm going with Mahesh Tikshana. Yes, he's not picking up wickets the way I want him to pick up. Yes, people will figure him out in the future as well, but he's still very new. Let's give him some time and see how he is. And I would like to stick with Mahesh Tikshana. It's a mystery element that he brings. He can bowl with the new ball as well. So in
yeah,
Indian conditions, he could be an asset actually. So
mm,
let's see how Mahesh Tikshana does. Let's give him some chances. I want to keep Mahesh Tikshana at number 10. And so at this point, I have Hasaranga as a spinner, Mahesh Tikshana as a spinner, and then Dushmanta Chamira, Chamika, and Dasun Chanak as bowling options. And for my number 11, depending on the pitch, if you're playing in Australia, I want a fast ball. If you're playing in India, I want a good left arm spinner. So looking at that, I think if I'm looking for a fast bowler, I would hope that we can get Binura Fernando, Lahiru Kumara, or Nuwan Tushara fit, and they can get that number 11 spot. Obviously, we have to see them to see. I haven't seen
yes,
them
yes,
play, so it's without seeing current form, it's hard to pick. But these are your fast
I,
bowling picks, and if
I
we need a
agree.
spinner, we can have Kamindu Mendis slotted somewhere in there, or we can have a Praveen Jayavikrama. We have to
Mm,
give Praveen Jayavikrama a try and see
yeah,
how
I
good
agree.
your left arm spinners can be in these conditions, especially if the World Cup is India. So Praveen Jayavikrama will not be a good pick. So my playing 11, Avishka Fernando, Danusha Gunatilaka, Pathum at number 3, Charit Asalanka at 4, Dinesh Chandimal at 5, and he's keeping, and Dasun Shanaka at 6, Vanindu Hasaranga at 7, Chamika at 8, 9, Duswanta Chamira, 10th, Mahesh Dikshana, and number 11, it's either Praveen Jayavikrama or Lahiru Kumar or Binura Fernando or Tushar, depending on the pitch and there. But all these four should be in the squad. So that's my playing 11.
Yeah, can't argue with that. I think that's a perfect 11. I don't have any comments to say over there. It's a brilliant playing 11, and I can't argue with it. Maybe that's the opening option. I would feel like Danushka can bat at number three. I don't know, but then the right hand left hand combination might be also an issue. So maybe I might change the opening, but yeah, but still that's a perfect playing 11 because I think. Even for LPL, I think Nisanka batted at number three, and I think
Yeah.
he can
No,
bat.
he's
He can
he
bat
I think he's better suited at number 3. You can give him some time,
Yeah,
he will do good. And Ramesh Mendis as well is a good option. And depending on the wicket, depending on if the wicket is spin friendly, we can bring Ramesh Mendis in as well. But the thing is, Charit Asalanka already we can use him as a spinner as well. Don't forget, Gunathilaka can
yeah,
bowl as well. So
mm,
we have these part timer bowlers that we can get few overs out of as well.
yeah. Because the Tashan has a good question about Dikwella here. What has been Dikka's biggest problem in his career? Because he's one of the talented players in Sri Lanka currently. And what is the path for his comeback to Sri Lanka team? I have been a Dikka fan.
Yeah, it's very weird when he puts it like that. But we like Dick Villa is a different vibe altogether. Okay, like the energy he brings a different element into the squad. But the problem is he has to like consistency, then role, then whether he can fit in or not. So it's a little hard for him. But he's your definitely my backup wicket keeper. If Chandimal is not fit, then I will actually play Dikwila at number 5 only. I'll give him that role and ask him to bat 20 overs and finish the game for me. I think Dicky
So
can do that.
you think that he's suited to play for 2020 then ODI, or do you think that he should
I
stick
think
with
I think
this?
Dickwell is better suited to play the less amount of overs actually, because yeah, I know he's better when the field is in and stuff. But with the openers we have, Pavan, like I don't see Dickwell coming to the squad anytime soon.
Yeah,
But with Chandimal's place, still I feel he's still there because he's performed in the T20 setup, but not in the ODI setup as much as, and we can't judge against Zimbabwe. So it will be a
mm,
big test the next series against Australia. And then we can give Dickwell and Chandimal a chance at the number 5 row position to see
yeah,
how they are playing, how they're shooting. But I think if Chandimal can keep, then we should give him that role.
yeah. Just one question, Zora, before we make you leave for sure, because you want to leave. Yeah. Cricket the Tasha and ask, what about Kalana Pereira, Lasit Tembuldeni, and Praveen Jaivikram in ODI cricket, Zora, sir?
Yeah, they're very, very interesting prospects, to be honest. Lasit Embuldenia, I think he's more suited for Test match cricket. So I'd
Yeah,
keep in there. Kalana Pereira, we should try. And I think it's the fitness reasons that we didn't see him. Otherwise, he would have
mm,
got a game, actually.
yeah.
So I'm excited to see him
Even
as
Kamil
well.
Mishra also is a talent. I
Yeah.
mean, when it comes to batting, yeah, he should get a
So we have
chance in
we
my
have
opinion.
we have talent, and Sadira Samir Vikram is there as well, and more under 19 boys are coming as well. So
Yeah,
prospects are there. It's looking good, and hopefully, they'll get a chance. But the thing is, we also have to look at like what we need. Do we need a left arm fast bowler because we don't have one? Then who are a left arm fast bowler? Then Binura Fernando fits that role. Okay. Then if we
yeah,
want a left arm spinner, then Praveen Jayavikrama is a better option. Do we need someone who can bowl right and left? Then I feel like okay, Kamindu Mendis is a good option. So we have
yeah,
to see, and that one spot will always be open depending on the pitch and the balance that we need and the opposition as well. So
yeah,
we need to have a squad that when the right team comes, you can adjust. Because example, West Indies have 5 left-handers in the middle order sometimes, so you need Ramesh Mendis there or DDS
yeah,
at times. Okay, but if you have right-handers like Australia with Mitch Marsh and Maxwell and all, then you can have your right arm Vanderson is there now, Hasaranga is there. So Praveen Jayavikrama comes in. So these you need to have options basically.
yeah.
And I feel like we are heading towards the right direction. That's the good thing.
True. So we'll end it over there. So right now, South Africa 27 for 1 after 4.3. Janeman Malan got dismissed very early by Deepak Chaha. So good start
Mhm.
from India, and hope they continue continue this. So we'll end it over there. Thank you so much, Zores, once again for joining the sports breakdown and taking your time out. I know it's very
Yeah,
late over there in Canada, but
yeah, I think Ayan
thank
Ayan asked me what's the time here. It's like 4 a.m. So I'm going to go to sleep now.
yeah, very true. Yeah, but thank you so much, Zores. No
No
problem
worries.
whatsoever, and thank you for accepting the invite, and hope that we can
No.
collab more in the future as well.
Yeah, definitely. Always pleasure talking to Pavan and being on the sports breakdown. And I'm looking forward to doing more shows. Thank you everyone for joining and all the comments and everything that we got, which is
Yeah,
awesome. So
very good question here. Also, ambidextrous. If we
yeah,
want ambidextrous, surely it's Tarindu Ratnaika.
yeah, that we have that name as well, but we need to give him more time in the domestic setup.
Yeah, true.
But anyways, Great
Yeah, thank
stuff.
you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
before I doze off live, I better leave studio.
yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Joris. No problem. You can
No,
leave if you want.
thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
please do
Have a good day.
subscribe to the Sports Breakdown, and please subscribe to the Cricket Analyst as well. Thank you so much, guys, for all the questions. Yeah, Joris is very tired. Yeah, and yeah, Zora. Yeah. Thank you, Zora. Have a nice sweet sleep. Yeah. And we'll talk about the BPL. We'll talk about the BPL later. BPL playing Tisara Pereira, Udana, Sri Lankan player, all time very good. Yes, I know the big Bangladesh Premier League is going on. Tisra Pereira played very well. We will be doing a BPL weekly review every week. Let's see when we are going to do the Bangladesh Premier League review, because the Pakistan Premier League PCL is starting. Also, we have IPL plans coming up before the auctions. Also to say that I'll be taking part in IPL mock auction also on a channel, that also is going to come up. So very very busy this few weeks upcoming with this IPL, PSL, BPL, everything going on cricket. So let's see how we cover the Bangladesh Premier League, but I'm sure I'll do that. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, thank you. Yes, that's because I went to international school. Yeah, but anyways, thank you so much, guys. Any more comments, guys? Yeah, sometimes Pathum will bat number three in Indian Test series. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. And Zora had a brilliant playing 11. I can't argue with it. I mean, Avishka, Gunatilaka, yes, they're suited. Pathum, Charit, yeah, so Banuka won't have a place, I think, in the playing 11. Yeah, so guys, we'll end it over here. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe the Sports Breakdown. Please do subscribe the Cricket Analyst as well, on YouTube and on Instagram and on Twitter as well. As you can see on the banner, you can go and check their channel. So guys, we'll see you in the next video, guys. And yeah, peace out, guys. Peace out, and let's see you guys in the next video. Maybe the India versus South Africa review, and some upcoming IPL videos starting from the 1st February. So those all are in plans. So let's see on that. And under 19 World Cup we'll cover if we can do watch alongs. Let's see how it goes over there as well. So thank you guys, and see you in the next video. Yeah, we have no comments. Yeah. No, we won't have a preview for the quarterfinals, but we'll try to do a watch along. Let's see. Cricket Fantastic on Sri Lanka versus Afghanistan. Let's see on that. But till then, see you guys in the next video.